Each year, it has become increasingly hard to figure out which exact anime you should be watching every season. Luckily for quarantine, I hope you all have been able to pick up some anime that you would have skipped normally if the air outside wasn't trying to kill us.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real! Shit is getting real!
The only seasons that seemed to have their shit together last year were the winter and fall. In the winter, we got the amazing Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken, and in the fall, we were blessed with Jujutsu Kaisen, which has been having your average anime Twitter troll going to shock every weekend. So far this year, we've been promised an exciting lineup of anime that, if everything pans out, could be one of the best years for anime ever. Let's just hope we don't get stuck in another Panda Express, Pan Pizza, Pansexual, Pandora's Box? Yeah, that sounds about right. We are almost to the end of winter 2021. This year started out with giving us one of the most quality-filled seasons in a while. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Did you love Cells at Work? Well, this season we were given Cells at Work Code Black, a spin-off where we get to watch a red blood cell work tirelessly in the body of an unhealthy man who is afflicted with everything from alcoholism to erectile dysfunction. Nah, this show can't be for real. Is he really sad because boy could have been jerking off into a napkin, into a Kleenex, into the smooth side of a bowl? Come on now. Nah, this show can't be serious. This man really sad. You want something to scratch that fantasy itch? Suppose a kid from the last dungeon, Boonies, moved to a starter town. Damn, these names just seem to keep getting longer. Is here with a hilarious story about a kid who believes he is weak. So he moves from his country town to the capital city to become a soldier. Only thing is, he's actually hella strong, and everyone keeps lying to him about it. I haven't even mentioned Attack on Titan final season, which has been interesting to say the least.
What the f***?
He needs some milk!
Oh my god. Oh no, I ain't messing with you.
Help me! Help me! Nigga!
Get over here!
Aaron out here making sure everybody's cheeks get clapped.
What do you mean by that?
But let's get into the anime you absolutely need to be watching this season.
She's all about that ass. That's slice of life.
Like I love Naruto. I grew up on Naruto.
Starting off strong, we have Wonder Egg Priority. It's already one of my favorites for best original anime of the year. Its story centers on Ai, a dispassionate, depressed girl who's refusing to go to school. One day she scores a Wonder Egg from a gachapon game while being led by a talking bug. Unsure what to do with the egg, she takes it home with it cradled in her pocket. When she falls asleep, she enters a dream version of her school, with the egg, now huge, laying beside her. The egg cracks open, revealing a girl that Ai is tasked to protect until the bell rings or until she can defeat the Wonder Killer. She befriends 3 other girls, Rika, Neru, and Momo, who each have their own troubled past and motivations for why they have chosen to fight the Wonder Killers. Together, they embark on a journey of friendship and self-discovery. Paired with stellar animation, amazing character design, a very well-done musical score, and a very interesting story, Wonder Egg Priority does a great job at pushing itself above its competition. Who knew a show about girls fighting their inner demons and learning what the meaning behind friendship is would not only be super wholesome, but also action-filled and endearing. Trigger warning though, for suicide and implied sexual assault. This anime touches on some very tough topics, but I promise it has handled them all really well so far. Ever wanted to be a skater? Yeah, me too. Well, you can now live your wildest skating dreams through Skate the Infinity, another brand new original anime taking over the sports anime verse by storm. This story is about 2 boys, Reki and Langa, who meet after Langa transfers to Reki's school. These 2 become fast friends after Reki takes Langa to S, a no-holds-barred skating competition down a winding road between hardcore skaters. The 2 friends begin to learn more about themselves and their skating as they become more enveloped in the world of S. This anime boasts some of the best action animation in sports anime, period. From the fluidity of the movement of the racing down the hill to the precise technical animation of the different moves. It's really a treat for the eyes. Every character in this anime is unique and interesting, each boasting their own skating styles that make watching each different character skate even more fun to watch. I could probably think of endless reasons why I think everyone should at least try this anime. But if just looking at this friendship between Reki and Langa doesn't inspire you to watch it, I don't know what will.
ここが俺の人生のスタートライン。やっと始められるんだ。
The isekai genre is a jumbled mess of mostly dumpster anime, with the same tired tropes reused over and over and over again. But this season we've been given something that has found a way to break that tired formula. Jobless Reincarnation is a refreshing look at the isekai genre with how much care it takes into its building of its world and characters. The synopsis is your typical isekai story, with an MC who is reborn into a world of magic and demons. From the description, I was expecting your classic harem comedy isekai with an MC who comes in supercharged and ready for some ridiculous adventure, but that's not entirely what we're given. Even though our MC does become supercharged in this new world, it takes time and practice. And his life and experiences from his past world prevails into this one. In his original world, he was a depressed, overweight, degenerate shut-in. One of the best parts of the show so far is when the MC is afraid to leave the confines of his home. The fear of the outside is burned into him by the persecution he experienced in the past world. The animation supports this by creating an atmosphere that is kinda unknown to this genre. The MC overcoming this is euphoric for the viewer. His intricate character growth puts more weight into his overall decisions, giving us what feels like a really real character who is fighting to create a better life in this new world. Diving more into this anime, the animation is beyond stellar, with certain scenes looking like they belong in a movie. The system of magic is described in intricate detail as we watch our MC grow to become more familiar with it. The moments that show magic are above and beyond greatness. It's rare we see an anime go this in-depth with how magic is produced and then expelled through the body. You know, maybe isekai isn't that bad.
悪い子はパンツを脱がされてもしょうがないぞ。
Yeah, I might have spoken too fast there. Every season we get at least one half-decent slice of life anime. Looking on this list though, the only one I see is something called Horimiya. This one doesn't sound too familiar. It can't be too popular. Wait a minute. This is insane. Horimiya is an exciting new slice of life that has hopped on the scene after getting nearly global positive reception from the manga. The art style is standard but takes on new nuances that makes it feel new and fresh. The story itself is about the relationship between Kyoko Hori and Izumi Miyamura, two polar opposites who end up attracting each other. Both have secrets to hide that bond them together. As the story continues, we see this budding romance grow and the characters of both Hori and Maya blossom. For one of my friends, this was probably his most anticipated anime this season, and I can see why. The comedy ranges from subtle to in your face, but it's always appropriate. The characters are dynamic and interesting, and watching the growth of the characters is fun and attention grabbing. I honestly can't wait to see where this story takes us next. Moving on, we have a few continuations that have followed us into the new year. Starting off, we have Attack on Titan Final Season. MAPPA has taken over from Wit Studios, causing the animation to be under intense scrutiny from fans and non-fans alike. But the story has been above solid this season. There's not much to say about AOT except you need to be watching it. The manga ends this year and it's going to end with a bang. The anime has done a great job at expanding on the story and showing us that Eren and friends ain't nothing to mess with. We still aren't totally sure whether we'll be getting a part 2 to this season, but it almost feels guaranteed with how successful it's been. Overall, the real question is, are you Team Eren is right, or Team Eren needs to be stopped? I'm gonna be honest, Eren can do no wrong in my eyes. I will always be on the side of stopping out the oppressor, even if that means a little chaos has to be ensued. Side note, I'm unsure how to feel about Reiner right now. This season has done a good job fleshing out who he is as a character and all his motivations. And I'm not saying redemption, but I do know he's feeling more sympathetic as a character to me right now. Much better than Gabby, because honestly, Gabby can kick rocks. Everybody's favorite depressing isekai is back. ReZero Season 2 Part 2 is up and alive. As one of the best MCs alive, Subaru is back and causing more havoc as he fights against the witches and Roswell. This season has been fantastic through and through. The world building, growth, animation, story, everything has been amped up to 11. I really can't think of many anime that gets me as involved as ReZero does. I'm loving Subaru finally fully coming into his own as the MC and pulling out that latent potential that's been in him since the beginning of the show. We get some much needed development for Amelia that makes her a much more likable character than she's ever been. And this show is really at its best point. The last continuation I feel like is worth talking about is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2. An isekai that plays to all the normal tropes but makes them work in his favor. This season we are seeing quite a departure from the norm as our favorite slime, Rimuru, gets faced with a new challenge that takes all their strength to resist. Rimuru is the character that really makes the show with their charisma, genius, and strength. But what happens when they leave their city and is attacked by an overwhelming force? The world building in this season has been turned up, allowing us to experience more of the world and see that the City of Monsters is not as safe as they think it is. If you didn't know, Dr. Stone Wars aka Season 2, has been airing this season as well. I am not particularly enjoying it more than the continuations I talked about before, but I still think it's definitely worth the watch, especially if you were a big fan of the first season. The Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2 has been coming along smoothly this season. It's been a fun watch with a lot of interesting development among our main characters. If you need some more slice of life comedy in your life, then I definitely hop onto this one. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please give us a like and drop a comment below. Let us know what you've been watching this season. Let us know if we didn't touch on your favorite or whatever you're loving this season so far. Also, I forgot to ask, Quintessential Quintuplets, for those watching, who you rooting for right now? I'm big Nino and Ichika. That's who's my number 1 and 2 right now. Okay, who y'all think is gonna win in the end? Who y'all think is really the bride? Those are the two I'm really feeling right now. Besides that, if you want to hear more about the anime we've been watching, go ahead and click the link in the description to head over to our podcast called The Black Anime Podcast and take a listen to the very long list of anime we've been checking out this season. Thank y'all and check you on the next one.